recommended, since with those, you always knew you would get what you subscribed for. But besides his own content, he also made illustrious appearances in other people's channels, most notably the notorious Cake trilogy from Filthy Frank. You really cannot understate how monumental these videos were during this era. It's a you had to be there kind of thing. But with peaks so high, how could he ever follow it up? That's the question iDubbbz had been trying to answer for years. While Kickstarter Crap and Content Cop were discontinued entirely, the Bad Unboxing series lingered on for a while, though it took on increasingly strange formats. Besides the odd episode of iDubbbz Complains and the videos where he saved squirrels on his second channel, it seemed like he was genuinely at a loss as to what direction he would go with his content. Consequently, the uploads were far apart, and when they did come, they seemed underwhelming. But in 2019, Ian struck gold once again with his documentary on Airsoft Fatty, Full Force. Though it did numbers, it didn't have the cultural impact his past works had. While most of the feedback was largely positive, an undercurrent of iDubbbz fans began wondering where the edge he had went. Why did these new uploads feel oddly lukewarm? Eventually, this weird vibe some of his fans were getting from the content was made manifest when iDubbbz's then girlfriend, Anissa, started an OnlyFans account. Many people felt that Ian's tolerance of this greatly betrayed his critical character. Though he'd never given his opinion on that specific topic, people presumed he wouldn't be the kind of guy who was okay with his girlfriend exposing herself in that way. While Ian harped on how ridiculous it was that people felt a parasocial connection to him and even looked up to him, his demeanor felt distinctly different, like he was more emotionally aggravated about this topic than he'd ever been about almost anything he covered on his channel. The conclusion drawn from this debacle was that the rift between Ian and his fan base was always there, and the conflict surrounding Anissa's OnlyFans just revealed it. Other people speculated that Anissa was affecting his opinions and softening his stance. Some even argued that Anissa's OnlyFans was a sign of her issues with self-esteem, and that Ian's tolerance of it was effectively enabling her. Ultimately, the only certain thing you can say about this controversy is that it marked a major shift in people's view of iDubbbz. A lot of people felt very alienated, and tied it to the noticeably milder content he'd been putting out. After all, when someone spends over half a decade being the most offensive person imaginable, it's a very radical change in pace when he starts making videos complaining about the amount of peanuts that come in peanut products. His content was still doing well, but it felt more like a regular YouTuber stuff as opposed to the headliner he once was. His personal views were once again the topic of discussion when at the end of 2020, he made a video lambasting anti-maskers. Regardless of what he thought on the matter, the fact that he would go out of his way to make a video about them was seen as a gratuitous virtue signal and perhaps a way to cut contrarian or right-wing viewers that he no longer wanted in his fanbase out. A year later in 2021, some of his public perception would be restored with the dawn of Creator Clash, a boxing event that came together as a consequence of his yearning to fight Rice Gum, the final target of the Content Cop series. More importantly, Ian uploaded another documentary video, this time on comedian Sam Hyde. The video made waves since for years, no one with a significant mainstream presence interacted with Sam after the cancellation of his Adult Swim show World Peace due to political controversies. It also made people question just how loyal Ian was to his more progressive sensibilities, since he was essentially giving the time of day to someone who donated thousands of dollars to the Daily Stormer, an openly anti-Semitic and far-right website. Strangely, it seems Ian himself believed Sam's more offensive or risque jokes weren't ironic at all. The reception to the documentary was mixed. For some who were fans of both Sam and Ian, seeing them interact at all was amazing. Others picked up on how oddly passive-aggressive Ian behaved at times. Devout Sam fans felt it was a hit piece designed to show that he had fallen off. It also came off as strange that he decided to make some of his criticisms towards Sam's style of humor in post, instead of bringing most of it up directly to him while he shot the documentary. Ultimately, doing the doc on Sam was Ian's worst mistake. Not only did it immediately capture the attention of all the people he wanted to push away, but Sam himself was catapulted back into the internet's mainstream. While Sam himself wasn't allowed to fight at Creator Clash, he did train Harley Morenstein, one of the participants, who actually went on to win his fight. This became a complete nightmare once Creator Clash 2 rolled around. Froggy Fresh, another YouTuber slated to participate in the event, began associating with Sam Hyde. This, in addition to some remarks Ian considered offensive and unbecoming of the event's more brand-safe image, led him to drop Froggy from the event, which resulted in another controversy. People thought it was unfair that Froggy was dropped on such short notice after training for the fight. To make matters worse, Froggy was supposed to fight Chris Raygun, both of which are pretty short guys, and when Froggy was dropped, his replacement was significantly taller and with a much longer reach, resulting in a very visibly mismatched fight. Ian and Anissa, who organized the events, caught a lot of flack for this, which was accelerated by Sam's active participation in insulting and joking about their professional and personal decisions. Finally, this culminated in iDubbbz posting a video called I Miss the Old iDubbbz, where he explicitly disavows his old videos and what he considers his own bigotry, and pledges to donate to progressive causes, such as the Trans Women of Color Collective.
If I'm gonna have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs. I think I should have the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made. That's what this video is. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel, and I've also created a culture of apathy and I don't know, a lot of like cruelty as well.
Once again, people felt betrayed since in this video, he implies that the people he did content cops on didn't deserve it, or that it was in poor taste or too offensive, which was largely why people found him funny in the first place. Others felt that regardless of his change of heart and personal beliefs on what kind of humor crosses the line, the video was gratuitously self-flagellating for something that virtually no one held against him.
The way he talks about this content makes it sound like he used to fucking murder puppies for these videos. It was never that extreme. I very much would consider it edgy. It was 2016 edginess in all of its glory. And for its time, it lived peacefully. You know, all four nations, water, earth, fire, air, lived together in harmony with all this edginess going on. But I don't think it was a mistake that he made those videos. They're not hurtful, nor do I really think they're damaging.
There's been no significant criticism of content cops and their level of edginess since they came out, other than from Ian himself. There's no telling where Ian's struggle with the chasm between him and his audience will go next, but it shows how easily a creator can develop a fan base that consists of people they actually don't agree with or like. I've been Turkey Tom, thanks for watching, and until next time, leave me alone.
Enemy returns their flag. Power weapons on the way. Power weapons on the field. Overshield obtained. Ground vehicle delivery confirmed. Abject.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Enemy returns their flag. Our team. Fun shot. Power weapons incoming. remaining. Enemy returns their flag. Energy sword acquired. Get to slashing.
Spankers chewing.
The enemy has your flag. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Enemy flag carrier spotted. Ground vehicle en route. Flight engaged. Enemy returns their flag. They have our flag. Power weapons on the way. Power weapons have arrived. Overshield acquired. An ally returned our flag.
You've lost a teammate.
Confirmed. You are a walking apocalypse. Fly, you beautiful warrior. Remaining. Power weapons on the field. We're now in overtime. Make it count, Spartan. Has your flag. Stand by. Incoming. Scrap successfully embedded in enemy hive. Power weapon available. An ally returned our flag. Abject terror. As your flag carrier spotted. An ally returned our flag. Ground vehicle requisitioned. Power weapons have arrived.